Yes, it is. Welcome to the program. Like I need to tell you, you're watching the Late Show. We come to you Monday through Friday right here on CBS. It's the Tiffany Network. My name is Dave Letterman. I am the host of the Late Show. Now, let me say one thing here. Let me just say one thing. Listen to this. Kind of follow along if you can. You take Oprah off the list. You take Oprah off the list. You take Regis Philbin off the list. Then I am America's most beloved television personality. Thank you very much. God forbid we'd have to take Oprah and Regis off the list. But if you do, I become America's most beloved television personality. Well, I'll stop. Well, it's all set, ladies and gentlemen. It's all set. Binti, the gorilla from the Chicago Zoo, Binti is now going to be the keynote speaker at the Democratic Convention. Yeah. It'll be good. It's gonna be good. This, you've been following this. This is really some story, isn't it? And now, thousands and thousands of people, you know, local people from the Chicago area, from the Chicago metropolitan area, you know, from Michigan and Wisconsin, also Indiana, that area, Gary, the region, they're all flocking into the Chicago Zoo to see Binti. Now, you know about Binti? Binti is a gorilla. And a couple of days ago, a toddler, by mistake, by accident, tumbles into the gorilla cage, and Binti gets up and goes over and picks up the kid to protect the kid until the attendants could come and get him out of the cage. So now people, you know, it's like Binti mania is breaking out. People are driving, you know, all over the country to go see Binti, but, you know, to be fair, it's a little disappointing because all Binti is doing, she's just sitting there all day long, you know, working on the script for her TV movie. So there's not much to see when you get there. Something odd happened to me today. I'm going to share it with you folks now if you don't mind. Do you mind? You're very accommodating, not like last night. I'm doing my marketing today. I went into the supermarket. I'm doing my weekly shopping. And there... Oh, yeah, I do my own shopping. And there, ladies and gentlemen, on a box of Wheaties, right there, as plain as day, on a box of Wheaties, is a picture of Tony Randall.
No.
Wow. Come on. I'm not done. Give me a break. I'm just starting. That's right. Tony Randall and his 26-year-old wife are expecting a baby. That's right, that's right. Kind of depressing when a 75-year-old man is getting more action than I am. Tony Randall is very excited about it. He says he is going to videotape the delivery of the baby, and I'm thinking, well, hell, Tony, come on. You should have videotaped the conception because nobody believes you. You know what I'm saying? Here's kind of a cute story. Alicia Machado, who is the reigning Miss Universe. You know about this? Alicia Machado, the reigning Miss Universe, has been told now that she has to lose 20 pounds in the next 2 weeks. That's right. Either that or they're going to change the title to Miss Expanding Universe. That's right. Because pageant officials thought that she might be gaining weight. They were concerned that she might be gaining weight because they noticed she had started wearing her crown as a ring. And that was a tip-off. Well, that could be it. Gaining a little too much weight there. Yeah. Yep. They made it's official. They made her ass an IMAX screen. Yeah, she's getting bigger and bigger. Her talent competition, her talent was getting out of bed. Ooh, man.
Oh, no.
Shoes are put on by a blacksmith. But you know, seriously, gaining a little weight. She no longer walks down the runway now, she taxis down. Put on a little weight. Excuse me, I'll be right back. How's the show going so far, Paul?
Marvelous, Dave.
any old damn autograph, isn't it, right there? To have a ham, Kid wanted my autograph, and I said, you know, this kid, Steve from Long Island, in the Mets hat, this guy deserves a little something. So I gave him meat, ladies and gentlemen. Canned meat. Tell you about the program. Angie Everhart, a former model, a wonderful actress, star of Bordello of Blood. Angie Everhart is on the program. That's right. Mario Van Peebles and the Beach Boys. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from parts unknown, my half-brother Paul Schaefer. Nasty day here in New York City, isn't it?
Yeah, not a good day.
You know, I can't believe this. We have been lucky enough this summer in New York City. We have not had a day this summer for which the temperature has been above 90. It's like 80 days without 90-degree temperature, and people are complaining about it. Why? It's been lovely. It's been delightful. People, they just want to get sweaty. What's the deal? 90 degrees. You know, go to Cairo. Hey! You want your 90-degree temperature? Go to Singapore, go to Hong Kong. But here it's been beautiful, and people are complaining about how beautiful it's been. You people were here last night, weren't you? You were. Don't lie to me. You people were here last night. There you are. That's them. There they are. Let's do a little something here. Do me a favor, turn on the external camera. We have a camera in the lobby of the Ed Sullivan Theater Building. Now that's looking out through the doors, right out there onto Broadway. All right, let's go on out onto Broadway now. And when you get out there, do me a favor, take a left, make a left-hand turn there. It's about 85 degrees. We'd rather it was 110, Dave. We're not really enjoying ourselves unless we're losing weight while we're sleeping. There's some of the crowd, some of the throng, some of the folks. Hi, how are you? Yeah, well, I'm very sorry. Very sorry you didn't get in, sir. Okay. Yeah, we ran out of ham. Okay, so if we could now just go, keep on walking there and go into the pizza store, the Joe G's Pizza. There it is right there. Free David Letterman T-shirts. Man, they're giving away Dave Letterman T-shirts, Paul. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Do I get anything out of that?
I was not aware of that.
Well, somebody look into that.
I'd love to go.
Well, the law firm. I ought to be getting a piece of that. All right, this is there it is. There's the pizza place. We're inside. Let's go right to the counter of the pizza place. How do you do, sir? Is that you, Joe?
Pretty good, thank you.
Nice to see you. How's business today, buddy?
Nice to see you, too. Pretty good, not bad.
Yeah, has the lack of summer heat affected the business there in the pizza store?
Well, not really. This year has been pretty cool, though.
But you know, one thing about pizza, people love pizza day in and day out, year in, year out, don't they?
Yes, they do.
They don't care what the temperature is, do they?
Not really.
People just love pizza.
They gotta eat pizza.
Exactly. Now,
thank you.
Now, Joe.
Yes.
The reason we've come into your store today, and by the way, you've been a lovely neighbor. We couldn't be happier with the association, except for giving away the T-shirts, and we'll look into that later.
Thank you very much.
We're in there today for a surprise health inspection. A surprise health inspection.
Well,
all right, so I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. We'll just see how you do on the surprise health inspection. How often does the Board of Health come in, Joe?
They come once a year at least. They come in.
And of course you get tipped off when they're coming in, right?
Not really.
For like $20, they'll make a call. Am I right, Joe?
Not really. You never know when they come.
$20, they'll let you know when they're coming. Am I right, Joe? Come on.
I haven't tried yet. I won't know.
Okay, fine, sure.
You might have to do it better than 20. Maybe I'll take it 50 and 100 now.
Oh, well. How about some free T-shirts? How about some free T-shirts?
It helps.
Okay. Now, Joe, we're going to put up a clock here for you. There it is. You got 45 seconds. We're gonna give you a surprise health inspection quiz. You ready?
Very good.
Okay, here we go. Start the clock. Name the animal a mousetrap is designed to catch.
I don't understand the question.
All right, we're looking for mouse. True or false? Egg salad should always be kept on an uncovered plate in the sun.
Absolutely not.
All right, good. Which of the following is not a kind of pasta? Spaghetti, linguine, or macarena?
Macarena.
That's right. What do a carton of spoiled milk and Bob Dole have in common? Come on, Joe. What?
They're both rotten, my daughter says.
Yeah, very good. Ask their expiration date, exactly.
I think my daughter should answer the question.
If a monkey, listen carefully, Joe, if a monkey, God forbid, if a monkey jumps into the pizza oven, what should you do?
Well, we're going to have to barbecue.
Yeah! There you go. There you go, Joe! Did it do? Wow. All righty, congratulations, Joe.
Thank you very much.
You've passed the surprise health inspection, and we have a lovely gift for you. I believe Biff Henderson is over there. Biff, what do we have for him? It's a hairnet, Joe.
Lovely brand new hairnet.
Attaboy. Joe,
How do I look?
bring me in a couple of slices. Can you bring in a couple of slices?
But of course,
We have
anything you
something
want.
sloppy. Put some clams on it, all right?
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Joe. There you go,
You're
ladies and
right
gentlemen. Joe G. and Joe G's Pizza. The surprise health inspection. We'll pause now. We have to do a commercial. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. On the program tonight, Mario Van Peebles from the motion picture Solo, which opens all across the United States on Friday. Angie Everhart, also in a film which is now playing. Tales from the Crypt presents a Bordello of Blood. That's Angie Everhart's film. And the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
You know, whenever you have a big-time movie star or entertainer on the program, they always bring a video clip of their latest project.
Right.
You know, like I'll bet Angie Everhart has a clip of Bordello of Blood.
Sure.
Mario Van Peebles, a clip of his film Solo. Right. And I just thought, well, you know, maybe, you know that Bob Saget in America's Funniest Home Videos?
Yes.
Like everybody now has a videotape and access to that kind of equipment. I thought, I'll bet you people in the audience have their own, you know, clips that they've brought from home. So tonight, we're gonna begin doing a little something. We'll just see how it works out. Instead of the guests having the clips, we'll just see if somebody in the audience has a clip, and then we'll, you know, take a look at that. So is there somebody out there right over there? Anybody? Right there, a man in the back. Yes, sir. How do you do? What is your name, sir? What is your name?
My name's Steve.
Steve, nice to see you. And I hate to put you on the spot like this, but do you have a video clip for us tonight?
That's right, Dave.
Uh-huh. All right, well, you want to go ahead and set it up for the people so they know what we're going to be looking at here?
Well, sure. It's a clip of me teaching my son Brian how to ride a bike.
All right, oh, this will be good. You and your son, and together you're teaching him how to ride a bike. Okay, great. Go ahead and roll it. Here we go.
Okay, Brian, go. Steer straight. Keep those legs properly. Go. You got it, boy. Keep going. Yes! That's my boy! You look great.
Wow. That's nice. That's pretty good. You know, I thought maybe the clip would explain how you got that axe in your head.
No, I don't. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Thank you very much. Well, there you go. That's Steve. Audience, the video clip. That's pretty good. Not a bad clip.
Interesting
Yeah.
clip, yeah.
Can we get you, Steve, get you a little astringent or something? Ladies and gentlemen, here in my right hand, I have a copy of the top 10 list for the category from the Home Office in Wahoo, Nebraska, top 10 ways to lose your Miss Universe title. This is exactly what we were talking about earlier. A lovely woman from Venezuela, I believe, Alicia Machada, and the pageant officials, organizers have said, you know, you've put on a little too much weight. She's gained about 20 pounds, and they said, you try to knock off the weight a little bit, you know. Yeah. They don't want her to be porky and tubby, yes, as Miss Universe. The category, top 10 ways to lose your Miss Universe title. Here we go. Number 10. Call Miss Teen USA in the middle of the night and threaten to bust your collarbone. Number 9, drug tests reveal presence of hairspray in your bloodstream. These now would be other ways you could lose your Miss Universe title. Other ways, in addition to gaining the weight. Yeah. Number 8, on Goodwill Tour of India, tell Mother Teresa she could use some blonde highlights. Number 7, confess to newspaper that your real name is Henry and you're just a lonely TV repairman. Number 6, get caught climbing out of a White House window at 4 a.m. Thank you. Number 5, arrive at shopping mall appearances riding on the back of a sweaty fat guy. Number 4, when asked what you think about all the injustice in the world, say, I thought the A-team took care of that. Number 3, attempt to start fashion trend with new Garfunkel hairdo. Number 2, your Wonder Bra exceeds maximum legal pressure of 35 pounds per square inch. And the number 1 way to lose your Miss Universe title, become the new Mrs. Robert Downey Jr. What are we doing? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to do another commercial. When we come back, the lovely Angie Everhart will join us. Please, come on back. Go to Calcutta if you want it hot. Go to Manila if you want it hot. Go to Mexico City if you want it hot, for heaven's sakes. Go to Ecuador if you want it hot. It's been lovely. Been lovely here in New York City, 84, 85 degrees every day for the last 80 days. People are complaining because it's not 140.
I know.
Yeah, human nature, it's odd, ain't it? Oh, is the pizza here? Oh, send in the pizza. Where the hell's the pizza? Bring in the pizza. What is your name? Nice to meet you. Joe? Oh, you look great. You look great in the hair now. Here, give it to that kid right down there, the guy that's barely awake in the Mets hat. Give it to him. Just hand him the pizza right there. There you go. Enjoy. There you go. Pizza. Thank you very much. Nice job. Enjoy the pie, ladies and gentlemen. Bon appetit. Enjoy the pie. Thank you, ma'am. For many years, our first guest was one of the world's most beautiful supermodels, and now she has turned her attention to an acting career. Her new film, entitled Bordello of Blood, is in theaters now. Do me a favor, please welcome the lovely Angie Everhart. Well, we're excited to have you here. Let's talk a little bit about your life, a little bit about your career. You started as a model, is that right?
I started at 15 as a model.
15 years old. Now, that to me seems like it might be a little too young. Is it too young to model?
It's funny. It could be. Yeah, it depends on your perspective.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying if you had a daughter, if you had like a 15-year-old daughter, would you want her to model?
Actually, the very first time I went to New York, I had a proposition from an agent when I was in Ohio. My very first proposition was to go to New York.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I'll go, great. And she put us in a room, in an apartment with 3 16-year-olds, and she left and she went off to this fat farm and left 3 16-year-olds alone in this apartment by herself.
That's not a good idea. It's against the law, isn't it?
No, wait a minute. It was the best summer of my life.
Really? To three unattended 16-year-old girls? You know, I just have a feeling, Angie, if I have like a 15, 16-year-old daughter, she's not going to model. She is not going to model.
Why is that?
You know, she'll be homely. Oh, God. Oh, man. So then you modeled for how long? 10 years? 5 years?
I was actually modeling for about 10 years.
10 years? And is it you got tired? You lived in Paris. Oh, my God. Tell me about living in Paris. What was that like?
Do you want to go to Paris?
I would love to go to Paris. You know, it's the city of lights. Paris.
City of love.
City of love as well. Yes.
Well, you're talking about not getting any action.
Yeah, well. Got to come up to the house on the weekends. So what was your life like in Paris? You were, again, a young woman living in Paris? Must have been very exciting, very romantic.
I actually loved Paris. I learned how to speak French.
Oh, you speak a little French? Parlez-vous français?
Oui, monsieur.
Oh, très mignon.
Actually, you know what? When I learned to speak French, I don't know if you could say this on the air.
Oh, we're not on the air.
Okay. When I first learned how to speak French, some guy came up to me and said, Angie, would you like to suck my... in French.
Oh, gee. Ladies and gentlemen, it's one of those moments, we're at a crossroads now. We can do one of two things. We can continue, or we can start the whole damn thing over. What do you say we start it all over? Yeah! Let's start it all over. Come on. You go back over there. We'll try it again. There you go. Civilization as we know it. You know, ladies and gentlemen, for many years, our first guest was one of the world's most beautiful supermodels. And now she's turned her attention to an acting career. She has a brand new motion picture entitled Bordello of Blood, and it's in theaters now. Do me a favor. Please welcome the lovely Angie Everhart. Angie! Hope you're having a lovely summer. Thank you very, very much for coming by. Were you married to Sylvester Stallone, or you were not married to Sylvester Stallone?
Ooh, I was not married.
But you were close to being married to Sylvester Stallone, were you? How long did you know him?
We were together for about 3 months to the day.
How did you guys meet?
He saw me on the cover of a magazine.
Right.
And likes redheads, and so he asked me out.
So he's just
actually, he tormented me for a couple of weeks first, and pursued and pursued and pursued and pursued and pursued and.
But you know, that's the sign of how big and powerful this guy is. You know, a magazine to him is just like a catalog. Oh, take one of them. But you didn't fall for it at first.
No.
Were you suspicious of this? Did you do any part of him in the beginning?
I didn't really want to be, because I already had a movie out, which was Jade, and I really didn't want to become Sylvester Stallone's
That's right. It could be
girlfriend.
a problem for your career. Sure.
You know, I wanted to be Angie, and rather than another one of his girlfriends.
But were you engaged or you were not engaged?
I was engaged.
Yeah, and then what happened to that?
We got unengaged.
And what was the problem with that? I mean, forgive me if that's none of my business, but you know.
Well, it just didn't work
You
out.
grew apart.
Right.
And are you friends now?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, that's good. But he's getting married to someone else now, isn't he?
You know, I think he's like that permanent bachelor. I don't know that he'll get married again.
Is he a nice guy? He seems like a nice guy. He's been here a couple of times. Seems like a nice man.
Very nice.
Well, what kind of things would you guys do? Miniature golf? That
Golf.
sort of thing? Really? You play golf?
Play golf.
Really?
Play golf.
I can't imagine you and Sylvester Stallone out playing golf.
Especially when I beat him.
You could beat him playing golf, huh? Wow. Well, that's nice.
I grew up in a golfing family. You know, my mom and dad are golfers. Everyone in my family golfs.
Really? Well, you and I should go out. So tell me about the film Bordello of Blood.
Well,
This is you and Dennis Miller, right?
Dennis Miller was so funny. The whole time it was, you know, it was never a dull moment with Dennis around.
Right.
My character is a vampire. I guess you could call her the Madam of the House. And a vampire. I got voted in Los Angeles Pimpette of the Year because she's a vampire pimp. And she has, you know, vampire hookers and who kill men and suck their blood.
It's a great night, isn't it? It's a great night. Well, Angie, it's nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much for being on the program, and good luck with the career. All right?
Thank you very much.
And Bordello of Blood in theaters now?
Bordello of Blood, yes.
Thank you very much. Angie Everhart. We'll be right back with Mario Van Peebles. You want it hot, go to Caracas. You want it hot, go to Caracas. Sure. You want it hot, go to New Delhi, for God's sake. Sure.
See what I'm saying?
I forgot to ask Angie if she spoke French.
Ah.
Damn. What's the matter with me? What is the matter? I like that shirt, Tom. That's nice. What is that, for testing equipment? That's great. Get right in on there, ladies and gentlemen. You can work on your home screens. There you go. Yeah, it's his hypno shirt. We're all now hypnotized. Yeah, and that's entertainment. Our next guest is a writer, actor, and director who has brought us such provocative films as New Jack City, Posse, and Panther. Now he's starring as a big-time action-adventure hero in Solo. That film opens on Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the program Mario Van Peebles. Mario! Show, Mario. How you doing?
I'm good. Can I ask a question? She went out with Stallone?
Yeah, I think they were like engaged or something.
Well, I could be Rambro. I'll go through the magazine.
How you doing?
I'm good, man.
Okay, everything's nice for you? How's your summer going?
It was fun, you know.
It's not hot enough, though, is it?
You know, that's a funny thing. This is lovely weather.
It's beautiful
I do not get that.
I don't know why people are complaining about it. It's been an ideal summer here.
This is terrific, man.
Exactly.
So it's nice to be back.
Tell me about the film Solo.
Solo. It's about a killer cyborg.
Now, wait, let me stop you right there. Let's define some terms. What exactly is a cyborg? Is it like a robot?
A cyborg is a robot.
Now, what was the $6 Million Man? Was that a cyborg or a robot?
He was he was cheap compared to Solo, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. Someone asked me with Solo, because see, I play sort of, a cyborg is totally synthetic.
So, this is something they made from parts.
Made from
Scratch,
parts.
from ground up, yeah.
In the beginning, the cyborg decides he wants to look like Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good.
He's
a
Bulls fan.
I'd like to look like Michael Jordan.
But he's not available, so they get another brother with a bald head who's me. So I sort of play the shrunk-down Michael Jordan after Texas.
Yeah.
And
so this is, and what do they do? Now they got this artificial guy that they've built, the cyborg. What do they do?
The military's built him.
Yeah.
He's going to be the perfect weapon. But the problem is he develops a conscience. He escapes to the jungles of South America. We shot it in Mexico. So
it's hot there.
Hot, very hot. And, you know, wherever I went, big, bald head. The Mexicans would look at me and say, oh, it's Senor Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's... And then the bad dad would be like, oh, no, it's Montel Williams. You know? I'd be like, yeah, I'll take Barkley, man.
And the film is one of these things where, you know who was here last week is that Jackie Chan. You know Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan.
This guy claims to be, and I guess he is, like the biggest box office star in the world.
Yes.
You know, and does all of his own stunts.
Right.
And we had a clip of him, and he's hanging off of something. You know, these guys are always hanging off something.
Right.
And he gets hit by, guess what, a helicopter. That's right, a helicopter. I
saw this.
Bangs into him.
This is Supercop.
Whoops, yeah,
I
right.
saw it, right.
Now, do you do that stuff or not?
I did a lot of my own stunts. I got to go through this wall of fire, which is always tricky because I believe that black folks are highly flammable. If you look at Pryor, think of Pryor, Michael Jackson. You have to really watch your back. You know? It's true. So I went through a wall of fire.
Now, when you say wall of fire, it's an actual wall of fire?
It's a wall of fire. They put this fire retardant gel on you, and you run through. And because I'm trying to be a cyborg and do the Schwarzenegger thing, I can't flinch. So you got to run through looking very tough. And there was no stunt guy. You can see it's really me.
So it's actually you then in the film.
Actually me.
And so when you're done with the scene, do people just leap on you and beat the flames out, or?
I didn't catch on fire. It was too fast.
Oh, that's good.
I was like on the Olympic thing.
Yeah.
I was like gone. And then I had a scene where let's see, I went down this cliff. The stuntman did the big part, but I did the cool part. And then what? I hung from a helicopter at 200 feet.
Yeah.
There's
no point in that. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, but you know what? It's like getting paid to do all the stuff you got in trouble for as a kid.
Yes, I know. But
as a kid, you hang.
I know it's fun. I know it must be fun, and you're getting a huge.
Sounds like my mother.
But I want to tell you something. When people are sitting there in the movie, they say, "Oh, look at that, a helicopter. Oh, look, Mario's hanging." No, it's a stuntman. You know, they just think it's a stuntman. They wouldn't.
But you
for a
see
second,
my little shiny bald head right there in focus. There's no computer graphics.
Yeah, but all of that went
solo.
away. Steven Spielberg ruined all of that with the special effects. So they think, oh, it's either a stuntman or special effects. It couldn't possibly be the high-paid star of the film.
But that's why you go to a show like this and you tell them.
You speak French?
You're gonna get in trouble.
Oh, man, what a night
toi,
we've
tu
had.
parles français?
Hein?
Tu parles français?
Oui, très bien.
Très bien.
Très, très bon. Très bon. C'est comme ci, comme ça. Ça va, comme ci, comme ça. Man, what a night we've had, huh? I tell you, we need to pause here for a commercial, and then we'll do a commercial, and then we're coming right back. We'll talk about you, talk about your family, talk about the film, anything you want to talk about.
My dad, too?
Yeah, if you like. Sure, whatever. We'll be right back here, kids. Mario and Peebles. Is it more fun? Is it easier? Is it less challenging? More challenging when you're in a motion picture and not directing the film?
It's great. I mean, on Solo, because we shot in Mexico, I sat by the pool and made the real executive decisions like Dos Equis or Budweiser.
Hey, cool.
What sunblock to wear.
So when you were hanging from the helicopter, you were loaded, is what you're telling me?
Yes.
Full of Mexican beer.
That keeps you running.
And then your other films around the world, what kind of reaction do you get from your other films around the world?
Totally different. New Jack City changed a lot of things. Panther was very controversial, won a lot of awards. Posse became unforgiven, they called it. Yeah, you got that, didn't you? Yeah. Or Fistful of Coloreds, they call it.
No, come on.
No, so, each one is, what I said as a film director, I want to make films that, bad or good, whether you liked them or not, they had an identity. If you saw New Jack, if you saw Posse, if you saw Panther, you'd remember them. And as an actor, make films, just crazy stuff I want to make.
And do you find reaction different from country to country, or is it pretty much universal? Is that the goal, to make it a universal reaction, or to have people respond differently depending on the culture?
For example, Panther was real controversial here, but in Locarno it won more awards than any other film because it's easier for Europeans to look at our laundry, and for us, we like Name of the Father, they hated Name of the Father. So it all depends on where you go, but you learn a lot from it when you travel. I went to South Africa with Panther. That was interesting to see what they're like, and met Mandela, and so film has allowed me to travel a lot and get in places free.
Yeah, this show is very popular in the Netherlands.
Is that right?
I have no idea why. Very, very popular in the Netherlands.
You're French.
How's your father doing?
It's my dad's birthday today.
You told me how old he is. 64?
He doesn't. Yeah, I think my dad is 64 today. He can outrun me. He runs a 26-mile marathon. He's brutally honest. I did a picture a while back that was so bad. This was my first movie. You got to forgive it. And it was so bad it couldn't get released. And then I did a movie with Heartbreak Ridge with Clint.
Right.
And I told Clint, I said, I feel like...
You mean Clint Eastwood?
Yes, okay. Clint, well, you know this, right?
Clint.
Okay, well, you know.
Clint.
So he gave me a... So he said, I said to Eastwood, I said, you know, after that movie, I got a lot of calls. And he said, well, I feel like the skinny girl that's gone to camp and come back with great boobs. And he says, well, just remember what it's like to be flat.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I brought my dad to this movie, yeah.
I'm not even sure what that means. What does that mean? So Dad goes to the film.
Dad goes to this movie. The movie opens. Dad, Mom, and my sister and I are in it, and we're pretty bad in this movie. 200 people get up and go for gummy bears on our big dying scene. I'm sitting in the theater, and lower and lower and lower. And my dad at the end goes, well, good news is this piece of crap couldn't be in the theater but 2 days.
Well, thanks, Dad.
And my mom, ever the ecologically minded mother, says, well, it's not that bad. You didn't kill any animals.
Hey!
My sister said I look like a luminescent Dumbo. My ears got backlit. So my family's very honest.
You got to have a little of that in your life. Yeah. That's all part of life. And now, look at you, Mr. Big Shot. Sure.
Yeah, no.
Let me see what this is. I'm told now that you have some kind of yoga, levitation exercise. Something that you do?
Well, my career was going nowhere until I did this one particular move, which I'm happy to share with you, that this, and 100 of our closest friends right here. When I did this movie, I stayed in shape, and you want to see this?
I do want to see it, yeah.
Here we go. Okay. All right.
You need
right
anything?
here?
Huh?
Right here?
Yeah,
okay,
Yogi
Yogi Harry showed me this. This is how you stay flexible. You know, as you age, you lose your flexibility, and if you want to be Rambo or Schwarzenegger, you got to stay in shape. So here we go. All right.
I'll be right here if you need me.
Okay. Oh, the music is good. My wife is a cow, but I worship her. Now, wait a minute, this is only part of it.
Peebles, ladies and gentlemen. The film is Solo, opens on Friday.
Yes, sir.
We'll be right back. Beach Boys. Ladies and gentlemen, our next guests are a legendary group who have sold over 125 million albums. Their new CD entitled Stars and Stripes features collaborations with a variety of country stars. Please welcome, with guest vocalist James House, the Beach Boys.
Little scoop, you know what I got, what I got. Little scoop, you know what I got. Well, I'm not bragging, babe, so don't put it down. I've got the fastest set of wheels in town. If someone comes up to me, don't even try. I had a set of wings where I know she can fly. She's my little scoop. You don't know what I got. Just a little scoop with
Terrific. Earl, how you doing? Good. Ryan, nice to see you. Mike, the Beach Boys, James House. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're very proud here. We just got a call from the Museum of Radio and Television. They heard about tonight's program. They said, Dave, damn it, we're sending a bonded